Good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I hope your day is going well. I wanted to get in here with the Euro. Oh, no, these are my Africans. Have not bothered them much at all. They're so long, and I was so worried about them doing that, detaching that I just left them because they were new and I didn't know much about them, so I was hearing like they're a little harder maybe to raise. So put them in this huge tank. They ended up loving this huge tank. When I first got them, what happened was I put them in a regular worm bin, and they were super, well, they came in the cold, and what happened, okay, so they came on 12/28, okay, and they arrived okay, it seemed like, and then they had a little heat bag in there, so it was still warm, so I think they were okay, but they did get shipped out to my mailbox instead of being held at the post office, which I did pay for the sticker, and I did pay to get that done, but the post office didn't see the sticker because it was so worn off and tattered. So you guys, if you're going to be shipping, be sure you put more than one sticker. Make sure it's a bright color, because these guys at the post office don't have the time or the energy to stop and read every ounce of writing that's on there. But those colors really help. So please do that. Also, I ship bees all over the U.S. and I know there is a, when you go online, you can click a hold at the post office and put the signature on there. Make them go in and sign. That way you know your worms aren't going to be sitting out in the freezing cold, and I don't check my mail every day. So had I not known that they were coming, or they were out there overnight actually, because they came after, and then I got a notification or something the next day that they had been delivered. Well, they were already in the mailbox overnight, freezing cold. So this is part of pineapple leaves. I think I'm going to give them some, here we got a baby. There is a baby. So we are multiplying. I want to give them some more aphrodisiac. The castings look good. Look at this. So this is a tomato. Okay, what's going on there? They don't want that for some reason. So that lectin on the outside, it's not healthy. I'm hearing it's not healthy for people either, but you know, people love to eat them. Oh, look at her. So she's not crazy fat like my Euros, but see that darker color? Definitely an African there. This is pure African here. I mean, I think it was a walnut something that I ordered these from. That's a pretty, that one's growing. So that baby would have, you know, hatched pretty soon on. Trying not to detach these girls. I'm looking for all the little guys, and there are lots coming on. So we have multiplied our numbers. I've only turned this bin one time since I've gotten it. Ooh, lots of babies in this chunk of paper, it looks like. A wadded up piece of paper. So they really, oh, there's a cocoon. I guess I'm not seeing trillions of cocoons. But this is a huge bin for the 1 pound of Nightcrawlers that I got. And I don't know, maybe I shouldn't even be really turning them now. But I wanted to get to the bottom and see how that looked. It's not too wet down there. There is a cocoon here. So they are multiplying. I forgot to turn the heater back on. Last night I stole the drop cord to run the vacuum, and for the mealworms I have to suck the chitin off the top. So I do use a vacuum. So chitin is very important in biological farming. The plants sense the insects there with that chitin. So if you put chitin in your soil, so everybody out there gardening, you'll want to put that chitin in the soil so that, wait, that cocoon is an oblong, weird shaped thing. Chitin in your garden, because that's telling those plants there's predators in the area and that they need to, their immune system, the plant's immune system needs to, there's another little teeny tiny baby. So we're doing really good here. You guys, I have not done much. There's a lot of castings, I feel like. I mean, they look like mouse turds. They got pretty good sized castings going on here. Wow, I really like the way they've worked around in this bin. It seems like they've just kind of gone around the outer edge, rolling around this racetrack out here in the Incredible Hulk. Woohoo! So they got this racetrack. That's kind of how we have to do for the donkeys. The donkeys like to go, the male donkeys. They want to hunt, they want to circle their territory. So maybe that's what these worms do too. Yeah, lots of oh baby, just a teeny tiny little African baby there. Darn it, don't get squished, little lady. She's gonna stay there, I guess. Yeah, the donkeys need a track, and that's how they get their exercises, and the males, whew, are they territorial. Look at those. Man, there's a lot of, they're really weird shape though, cocoons. Oh my gosh, that is a lot of cocoons there. I'm not sure why they wanted to lay them all there, but maybe it was because it's in a corner. Okay, so do they just really love the corner so much that big girl, good big girl, that they will deposit there in the corner? They all get stuck in a corner. Let's see what happens in the corner. Woohoo! I drug her around. I guess you guys comment and let me know how these guys are doing here. We do have multiplication. I'm seeing lots of little guys down where I had, they seem to really like these chunks of much moister, much moister areas. So this is maybe a way that I'm going to use to kind of keep some more moist spots, which I feel like they really like, but yet that's extremely an aerobic, extremely moist spot, because that's a piece of cardboard that I just wadded, yet it's loose enough that there's air going to all spaces. So that's a substrate that is really good for creating that moisture level that they love, but also allowing airspace to get in there. And that is cardboard just kind of crushed up in your fist. That really, they had a lot of cocoons, just, they deposited them right there. They found that really moist area and decided it was a good spot to let the next generation go on. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and do a really good turn on this. This is a pretty moist, but yet it's cardboard. So this cardboard, wow, they really loaded this side up with the cocoons all over it. And she's in there right now, adding more. Because I can bring that closer to the camera and see those cocoons, like several of them right there, and then they're in the palm of my hand. You can see some there. So that's just what, it's super nice and moist. You got a young one there, but I feel like there's still air pockets there, so that they're definitely not going anaerobic. This is probably about a 6-inch layer. So with good porosity, we're going to be able to penetrate 6 inches. So that's kind of why I want to turn this in a little bit. Now that these castings are being made, they tend to want to kind of matte together a little more, and that may be what we will want to use that biochar for. You know, I could go get some of that biochar now and mix that in here, and at a certain percent, we can add loft to that so that it doesn't compact as bad once it really starts getting to be a lot of castings here, which is kind of what I'm thinking I'm getting to in, what, 2 months' time. These girls are by no means high on population level for this size tank. 10 weeks from now, those first few cocoons. This tank, oopsie, this tank is, really takes a little bit longer to get turned. But I'm going very slow and gentle because this is only the second time I've been in this African bend. So I'm kind of analyzing my substrates because I want to know which substrates are, you know, this. So this is kind of a matted together piece. That's not so good. I don't know. That looks like leaves. So something there, maybe there was a little too much grass clipping there, but that matted wet mess, through catabolism, you're going to increase your moisture. So you're going to want to mix that stuff in with something that's not going to mat together like that. Matting together reduces your porosity, and so you're not going to get that oxygen down in your tank that you need to keep it from going anaerobic. Now, the anaerobes are where the human pathogens lie. Okay? We've got to keep our elders with great knowledge who might be oh, see, I don't like pulling them like that. I kind of got to watch how I'm turning. I need to keep them turning, only rolling and opening these up. So these areas where I've got that a little bit too much compaction, I got to break that up. And then, like I said, this is probably a good place to put that biochar now. But we, I don't know if we'd want to charge that before the worm bin or whether we could just put it in the worm bin. It's going to suck nutrient from the worm bin, but let me tell you, I have a feeling these things are so loaded with nutrient, it's not going to matter. But if we do end up doing a liquid amendment, we can soak it. So, and actually the liquid amendment is just going to be an extract from probably most likely I'm going to get around the corner here. So see, Incredible Hulk, once again, he's on wheels. And then just let that roll down the side so it gently breaks up. I'm working in those wood chips, see? And there's probably going to be a percent that I come up with time eventually. I like that mix here though. Now it's not quite as aerobic or fluffy as I probably wanted it, but I didn't have a whole lot of bedding to get them started when I got these guys. This was, I had the cart way before the horse, but that's how I roll usually, because otherwise I procrastinate too long and then it doesn't happen, and then something happens and that takes precedence, and then it doesn't get done. That's why I have to get my feet moving, you know, and then hopefully the hands, you know, start after that. But every little step gets you closer, okay, to completion. What's our goal? To get these ships sailing. You know what I mean? You guys start building these arcs and be ready for the flood when it happens. We never know what that could be. Supply chain flood. We don't have any supplies. Okay, and floods can come in all different shapes and sizes. Just be ready, you know. Have all your supplies. Have everything so that you're able to weather the storm no matter how long it is. Food-wise, your wormies! Okay, and if that means buying a cow to get yourself some poop, I know not everybody can do that, but city folks, you can go out and get your line in on coffee grinds and food scraps from restaurants. You can go out and secure those because, you know, if they're available, you might as well get your name on them, because someday when we're all doing it, those things won't be as readily available. In fact, it's possible that they are going to start charging once they find out how valuable they are, especially now that we are microbial farming out for the agriculture amendments. You are going to want to make sure that nobody has